there's also words written in the Bible that says like God has given us so many gifts, and what are we doing with those gifts? Because some other people like they nurture their gift and then they flourish. Some other people they do not nurture their gifts and they do not flourish.
Let's go. Back with another one. Maniac Thando Nkonyana, back with another episode. We greet this one in the holy name of Shiva. We're quite grateful that we are here once again. Who would be here without embracing the higher power? I encourage each and every person who's going to be actually interacting or watching this content to acknowledge that you're not here by yourself. Sometimes we give ourselves so much credit. We think everything is me, and we don't want to give credit to the higher power. So probably to those who have been like listening a lot to this podcast, you always hear me giving allegiance to Shiva. I always encourage people to relate to God, most importantly the higher nature, in the way that they want to. I so happen that I follow Hinduism principles. I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a religious person, but I do acknowledge that there is someone with a higher stature that actually made possibilities for us to be here. I'd like to thank him, most importantly, Almighty Shiva, for carrying me throughout this year with all these difficulties and everything that has happened up until this point. You know, without the perseverance that I actually did, and also for me to overcome all those challenges, I wouldn't actually be here. I have someone who's been in my life for a couple of years now. I understand, especially after high school, life actually turned out not the way that we expected, but as it was supposed to. But we found each other again. We crossed pathways, and I just wanted to have like a conversation with him, just trying to catch up in terms of how life has been since high school. And also the many challenges that he faces, because we are 21st century men. He's a father himself, but I will leave it up to him to actually talk about that. I have Siyabulela Mntuyedwa. Did I say that right? Yeah, I have Siyabulela Mntuyedwa. We've been through a lot, especially through those high school years. And if you have listened to the audio version of the podcast and you go back on the conversations I had with myself, I talk about a circle that held me accountable in terms of making me turn the corner. Those who know, I've mentioned Ulubabalu Chadam Sipa, who is a great artist or producer, but happens to be my best friend, someone who I met at high school. Tasia was also part of that inner circle with Yongama, with Osmu, and I can count a whole lot of names, bro. In within that circle, Tando Puza, who's also been on the show as well. These are men that I respect a lot. They're older than me, Namakrutmanam, and I'll always give them due diligence in terms of helping me like transition into the person that I was meant to be. I was a young, stupid man who was full of pride, who didn't want to learn from where he actually came from. But obviously it gets to a point where reality has to hit you. So he was part of that journey. And I just want to know more about his journey as well. He's also going through a lot of struggle that he probably wants a safe space. And Tasia, like I always have told people, I'm trying to create the next generation of men that actually embrace how they feel. They talk about things that hurt them without the implication of having a world that's going to judge them. Like you already have the world judging you. You need to judge yourself less. So I'll give you the floor, Machi.
Yeah, thank you for passing me the mic. Greet everyone on my side. My name is Siyabulela Mntuyedwa. People call me Nifty on the creative side. A young designer from Cape Town, Kukuletu. We all like, I would say my guy, we all also like pushing a struggle. Like this started like way back, but even before high school.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like in a way, like our paths needed to be intertwined. We needed to like meet each other, introduce each other, and as well also like I would say develop that brotherhood. So on my side, the first people that I linked up with in high school, yeah, they had a good influence on me, and I was like, no, as well, I'm also becoming that arrogant person, yeah, feeling self entitled just because like I'm in a certain clique or I'm in a certain group. We used to call ourselves the snares. You remember, Mosi? You remember? Yeah, you know me. I used to rock that blazer, that white shirt, school shirt, and then a tie, young tie, and then that would be snazzy, bro. And then you know the hands will cry. You know the hands will be like, yo, yeah, these are the guys. These are the guys. You know, Immaculata goes, they be like, yo, they are, and all of that. You feel me? So and that got to me. You feel me? That like, and then some things I didn't excel at, and then I saw after, or I would say during matric, seeing that life is gonna hit me hard when I'm out of matric, where I supposed to make my own informed decisions. The people that I roll with, or the people that I would say that inspire me or would motivate me to do to get to the point that I am currently right now. So I learned a lot, and then as a tree as well, you bear fruits as a tree, and then as well some other leaves fall off, whereby it is not a bad thing. It is nature. Yeah, well, it is nature, because we see nature each and every day. Typical example with you have your own garden, you have your own plant there, your plants you're nurturing, and then you have to give those plants water. You need to give them sunlight, attention, love, and everything. So I would say with life as well, like that. So you need to pay the most greatest attention to detail on the progress or the people that would inspire for you to reach that full potential that you would want to reach, because there are those people. Yeah, well, there are those people. Even though you do not have family, that's what I've learned. Even though you don't have family, you don't have friends, but there is that one specific person or that specific group of people that would be able to elevate you to get to that point that you'd want to be at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, Fito. Yeah, you said something that actually triggered me, Gakulula way, Abona, in terms of like the pathways intertwining. Because I understand that throughout brotherhood, you're gonna have indifferences, Yabo, and not having a father, actually, it was very hard for me to like build those male relationships, because when I met y'all, I I didn't get any source of judgment in terms of where I came from. You know what happened in high school, the niggas I was rolling with before I actually failed to create and yabo. And then I found y'all. It so happened that all of us were from Ukuk, Ekuk, Sabo, Ulubabalo, there's you, there's Uyonga, Mayabon, and we actually bonded based on the fact that now my team and yabo, whatever happened is in the past right now. Yabo, and it's time for you to embrace a new you. So now I was like a person who was so intrigued by intellect talk. Yeah, I loved being at school, because I think those years that I started to make a relationship nani as a crew, yeah, is when I started to like accept where my situation was as well, to know, okay, yeah, I don't have a pops at home, bro, but there are like people who can be those kind of role models. And sometimes you don't understand how your peers play that part, because I don't know like your home situations at the time were in journey, but I felt like in my journey it was supposed to be like, that's how I always have this conversation, that if you want to see God, you look at the people that in your life. And I'm quite grateful when I look back, bro. And that is why I like to embrace those years, not because I want us to reminisce about high school, but I want me to remember where all that strength came from, that as much as I didn't have as that I was seeking, I had y'all as brothers, if you to who were transitioning me into the new me. When I started not being the ladies' man after all those years, it was quite hard. That were people are shitting on you, even the girls, they were shitting on me. That story with Immaculata dog and how things went. Now everyone is like, nigga ain't got the sauce no more and all of that. I was fine with it because I knew now my focus was like towards the conversation that Mr. Nevo had with me. And he said, bro, do you want to finish high school first of all? That was when there was that transition after like repeating that grade 10. Because I knew the repercussions of those things. I was bunking school. I was with the wrong crowd. And I don't want to blame nobody else for that except myself, bro. Because yes, you get influenced, but you also do make the decision now. I wanted to be influenced. And you be like, nah, man, school is whack and so on. But I never lost that thing that, except at the end of the day, you came to school to finish, bro. So our inner circle theater, it was quite personal, Gum. If I reflect a lot, Gu, because like years and years, and it even gave me an ability to create this podcast, bro, so I can tell my story so that I can have other people tell their story as well. Especially us as men to have Inda where we can talk about things that impact us, if you to, because it wasn't easy. Like in this 21st century, it's very like it's seen down upon, like ijongole phansi la for a man to actually express by exam amela kunzima, bruh. And think about it, we fathers right now, dog. So it was my responsibility to like take all the bits and pieces from that time period and be like, okay, I created like wonderful relationships. I was around people that like saw the best in me, and like we need to flock together and who can be able to bring out the best in us. And I love the fact that Nifty is a creator, bro. Yeah, bro, you've always been a creator. It's just that sometimes we don't have the confidence to put it out there. And the fact that ngokuqala TLGA ne, and then Nifty wear as well, it shows that you're a creator, bro, and that takes guts as well. So I just want you to start there. Like, when did you just start telling yourself, but you see, I want to make Nifty a reality? Nifty fethu, like late after high school, where it was on social media, or Yolanda and Choco, and all the gang, we're pushing away, bro. But
Mine as well.
yeah,
I was there too, but
away much. Can you just tell me about the journey of Nifty as a creator, bro?
oh yeah, the journey of Nifty being the creator, like it started all from, I would say, humble beginnings, where me and Chad, we focused on what we wanted to create a brand, actually, like because we saw like more or less with these other brands, you would get them in town, you would get them in, I would say, Joburg, you get them in Pretoria, and then some of them, they don't be able to actually reach the site.
They don't penetrate.
Yeah, they don't penetrate the site, the townships. Yeah, that's correct. So and then we decided, no, what, let's start a brand. And then while we still working on the brand, we came up with the word Nifty, where we saw it in the dictionary. We had countless of names, but the that name resonated with us, I would say. And then, well, that name resonated with us, and then that's where the creative part came in. And that's when I developed the creative side on my end, linking up with a whole lot of new people. But, and then as time went by, people went calling me by that name, which is, I took that with the most, I was humble on that, because not anybody would do that, would say that you are your brand's name.
Yeah, you feel it's God.
Yeah, it takes guts, and then each and every day you need to live up to that level, bro. Because that I'm trying each and every day to be on that level, job wise, personality, who I am, who I carry myself, who the people that I associate myself with, that's around my circle, and then gradually I fell in love, like, with, I would say, with the creative side when it was in high school, when I was designing, because I saw more or less in design I could draw, I could look at something, envision it, and then do portray that same image that I'm seeing currently right now, that's in front of me. And then that's where the love of designing came about, because I can create, I can imagine something and bring it to life. And then Mr. Williams told me that day. He was like, "Yo, bro,
Shout out to
this
Jay,
yeah,
bro.
Jay Williams." So that day, he's like, "No, I'm not giving you more or less a low mark for your project. It's not me giving you a low mark. I'm giving you a room for you to improve because I know your full potential. This is not your full potential,
Come on.
but in life you will reach that full potential."
Come.
And then that's when I saw when I hosted my first event. It was I would say with DJ Lemin. I hosted my first event with her. Shout out to her. And then that first day I was like, yo, this is unbelievable. Can I do this? And then my memory came back. Mr. J. Williams, what he said to me, you haven't reached your full potential.
Yeah,
That's why I'm giving you a low mark.
exactly. I do also feel like at the time, Umchita, he was trying to like tell you, as much as you might be getting low marks in school, because we have this understanding sometimes good to know I'm not good in school, then I'm not going to be good in life. Kandi, there are people planting those seeds, and look at you right now and how the journey is actually taken yourself. Because I'm sure, obviously, you were met with a band going a different way, and I just want to make a point that guys, it's actually okay for us to outgrow one another, man. There's nothing wrong with that. I have nothing against anyone that I've met in my journey that perhaps I was not into them as much as they wanted to be. But I do understand that I'm following the beat to my own drum. You see, if my gift calls me towards a certain thing, then Zoyapana, and it's okay for us to we go different pathways. And I just want to encourage each and everyone to you need to respect someone else's path, man, even if it doesn't make sense to you. The same way that you would like your own path to be respected, because it makes sense to you. And that is why like in within my journey when I see what you seeing with Nifty, because the majority of your stuff I was seeing on social media. And I'm like, these are the kind of people I want to be associated with, because they are creators, they are builders, bro. And I naturally see myself as a builder as well. And they don't lie when they say birds with the same feathers flock together. So you need to be around other creators. And I had one of my niggas, shout out to Boss Hustle. He's going to be on future episodes as well for this new season. And he said that creators need to feed off each other's energies, bro. It doesn't matter your designer, your artist management, you all of that. Most importantly, we need to feed into that energy, because inspiration most of the time for me actually comes from things that I don't even do. I can't be watching motivational shit all the time, bro. And based on what you were saying about Unifty, when you started to like embody the word itself, when I started to motivate people and I came up with this thing, motivational maniac, because a maniac is someone who's crazy about something, and I happen to always have something motivational because I always like people to see good in themselves. And it doesn't cost you anything for you to be kind and say something very uplifting to the next person, because I don't know what you're going through. So now that is expected of me, because now I have people, even like I don't know, even at work, they pull up to me and they say, yo bro, I saw you on the algorithm, yeah, TikTok, bro. I see you sitting on that couch, you motivating and all of that. And those are the one of the things that actually drove me at one point to be like, say the algorithm will do its job. It didn't make sense, bro. And I understood that, I needed to be alone in order to make other things work, bro. Yeah, Bona, you needed to be alone as well for Indozako to actually zapile. So Nifty became a brand. Then I started to see you delving into that music management shit and all of that. So I just wanted to delve down, since we are on that pathway, about your gift, bro.
Yeah. So it's just that like I like we all have been blessed with so many gifts. Like there's also words written in the Bible that says like God has given us so many gifts. And what are we doing with those gifts? Because some other people like they nurture their gift and then they flourish. Some other people they do not nurture their gifts and they do not flourish. So it is that moment in time, that's where you make that decision, that final decision where like, do I want to live in somebody else's shadow, or do I want to live the life that will satisfy me to the fullest potential and bring out the best in me when I'm doing and executing something in life? So me along the way linking up with a lot of people, not knowing that I could manage people, knowing that I can conversate with people, I can change people's life, I can like motivate people. I never knew that. I never knew that, or even knowing having that gift. By me just observing as well to the people that were around me, the late Tissy Bond, she passed away on her side, because she was also another stepping stone to get to where I am right now today, because she gave me so much opportunities that no one would ever would give me, bro.
Man,
And so
bro.
and so much responsibility, whereby she told me, my guy, if you walk into any room, you would get what you would pray for, or what you would want, or what you would aspire to be. You would get it. All what you need to do, focus, drive, pray, hard work, that's it.
Damn.
Those are the things that she taught me. Me seeing other people, big people like Helen Zilla, I meet these other people, I'll do that, I'll meet and greet like probably ETV, for me being under the banner of Amy Foundation, me working with her as well. So that also elevate me to give me the confidence that I can walk into any room. If I would speak, my message will be there. People will get what I would want to do, or what I'm portraying for them to see, and the vision that I would want. Yeah, so I managed to believe in myself. She really taught me a lot, bro. She really taught me a lot.
How TLGA actually came out.
Yeah. Because I also linked up with Spare as well. Late in 2018, I linked up with Spare on one gig. At that time, I was more. That's when it formed about, whereby we told ourselves, let's do a label or a management company that will assist local artists. You should just to elevate them, their career to a better heights. And then we did on our side, we did the work, the groundwork, we did the middle work, the high work. You see, so, and then along the way we are learning, we are growing. So there's a whole lot more we're still gonna do for the Cape Town scene, the Cook scene, any scene that you'd want, but we will do it. We will do it. Anything is possible. That's the message that TLG is. Anything is possible, because more or less we are the last generation.
Damn, bro. Damn, man, I'm really inspired, bro. I don't want to lie, dog. And in my inspiration video, it also like gives me the initiative to continue on my own pathway as well, bro. And I always encourage people the same thing, bro. Me, I always try to come with the encouragement for to ensure that people like they stick to their own pathway, bro. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna eat the fruit of your labor. Now, our ancestors, bro, if they didn't hunt, they don't eat. And it's nothing different for you to, especially in this digital world, that like you will never get an outcome that you seek. Look, being serious on YouTube for me, yeah, bro, it's like you have to find yourself, especially in those inside, yeah, bro. I only started like earlier this year, no? 2024. Yeah, 2024. Like March, that is when I started to be like, okay, I'm gonna push short-term content. And I started to treat this thing like a business, bro. Yeah, I'm delivering product and I'm selling motivation, bro. I'm selling hope, basically, yeah, bro. And even when I started, I was like, I'm going to choose this corner. I'm going to spread as much positivity as I can. And I started to see the fruits, because to me, when I started to get subscribers, I started to see that, I'm getting rewarded for the value that I'm bringing. And I always encourage people to be value driven, bro. Yes, we have to ensure that the money is there. That's why we have 9 to 5s, bro.
Yeah.
I tell all of these upcoming rappers, artists, bro, get a sustainable income. Let that income feel to be like your seed money that's going to seed and actually ensure by pupala or fail to will actually like work. just Nini, just earlier in the week, I actually found out that Nasty C was funding his own shit, bro. He was in a 360 deal, and this is to all those music artists, bro. Like learn the business of it. Making the music is one thing. I'm not a musician, bro. I'm a podcaster, bro. I'm a motivational speaker. But even when I actually walk into these rooms, I see how talented niggas, bro, get ripped out because they don't come with that education. They don't equip themselves. And like, I always say it's your fault, if you don't school yourself, before you walk into these things, because we're so excited with working with established names, but we don't want to set our own story straight. Yeah, well, it's like given 6 hours to cut down a tree, and I'll spend the 4 hours sharpening the actual axe, though. Yeah, well, and sharpening that X means that you go and get that necessary information, get yourself in positions as well where you get cheated out. You see how record labels work, you see how all these things work, so that you can say, been there, done that, bro. Because a lot of us, we like the glitz and the glam. We don't see the hard work, the late nights, and all those things. And social media is so good at actually, like, people are so good at posting the good shit. Nobody's gonna show you the 3,000 and all that hardship that comes. You're sickly shit with all these. That's why I'm always trying to be a true evident inspiration about, bruh. I did and I had to tell myself, nobody's going to do that shit. You need to go and learn that software. You need to go on YouTube and find these apps, even if it's free and all of that. But there's no excuse, because the bar where you can start is actually so low that, bruh, anybody and anyone can have excuses, bro, for you not to start, bro. Yeah, Bonalanda. So I just want to encourage every creator out there, like I said, with the rappers, with the musicians, not just rappers as well. It's because most of the time I'm around people who are inspiring rappers, bro. And I always tell them, bro, this is a hobby, bro. You need to get a fucking job, bro. Because the economy is fucking up people, bro. Yeah, bro. We got babies that we need to feed. It's no excuse to feeding people with a dream that say I'm gonna be an inspiration, hard ass rap and all of that. But I'll now, like, I was my tennis in a situation of new, bro. Yeah, bro. Be realistic about Iaku's situation. That's why I'm saying niggas must learn how to get the bag, bro. Yeah, bro. And ikala apa, you need to go and get that education, because I don't want to us to be tripping when we're in corporate rooms and we're sending you contracts and all of that. And nobody told me about this shit. Like, bro, it's not just about you hopping on that stage and acting. And people need to learn, especially with social media, the power of social media, like building yourself a brand. We brand when as yourself. Yeah, but don't sell yourself short, bro. Don't sell yourself short. Zalando, like, it's not bad for you to actually aspire to be the best at what you are doing. Even if Upai is answer. I'm aiming for Eric Thomas, the Zig Ziglars, the #1 motivational speakers in the world, bro. I'm not gonna be like, no, that's mega in this corner, South Africa. No, bro, you're not gonna do that as a person. And that's the energy that I want people to feed off. I'm not saying be like me, nigga. Go find what works for you. And that is why I am actually like in awe of creating there, bro. I'm in awe of what Ulubabalo is creating, Upongo, Uspe, and all of these people, because they see the work I'm putting in. I see y'all's work as well. And it's not fire to at the top is collaborations only, bro. Ain't no competition. You think these niggas are beefing and all of that? That's all a money-making scheme, bro, because they've understood how that shit works and they know how to make it work for one another. Because are you telling me the owners of a McDonald's, if and Burger King, are not sitting on the same table discussing to how we're gonna get the next thing after the the next thing? I also have a rapper called Romeo XX. Shout out to Romeo XX, bro. I still need to have you on the show, bro. Umchita Feti was spelling a lot of shit about how that marketing and all these American corporates are actually working, because he was in the digital marketing space. But he no longer worked there, yeah, but so I need to hit him up as well, yeah, but because I haven't seen him in a while. So Pampa Pana Payane, yeah, but he's also a good friend of Boss Hustle. But I want more people to get here to and actually make us aware how this shit works, because it push information up, yeah, but you don't know what kind of information that can be shared on this podcast that can help you as a person. That's why we're encouraging you, to go and do the necessary research, the work, the education. I can't wrong. Go and find out for yourself, even if you trip, bro. But the most important thing, go out there and make it work.
Yeah, and then as well, thanks. And then as well, like we always need to start at ground level all the time.
Don't be afraid of being a big.
Yeah, you feel me? Because like I had it like hard. I also into the call center scene. I had it hard as well. I had to start from ground level up to get to management, to get to that, to get to that and that. Because when my previous manager was like, "Yo, my guy, why are you an agent?" And I was like, "What's the problem?" She's like, "No, your stats are like so high, and which is good, and then like you are top tier performing." And then you just started, and I was like, "Kaibo, it is what I prepared for a very long time, what I fought for on my side." So yeah, so I would say like on my end, it's just that you need to push, believe, pray on it, excel, and just be always consistent on what you have to do.
Man, bro, damn, man, damn, that consistency, bro. That consistency, like nothing beats that, Fearto. And I love the compound effect. There's this book called The Compound Effect. It says every little action that you do is a step closer to you building, yeah, boy, that habit of you becoming that person, yeah, boy. All those workouts, all those times that you put in your work out there, all those times that you knocked on those doors, even like 5 push-ups, if it, people take it for granted, fitness. Mundu's about fit over a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months. No, bruh, the moment
Is coming.
exactly when we whip out that bodies and we go into a lwandle fethu ngoku, like shit, this nigga has been doing that because I had Ulubabalo always coming to me and umbona nibe vest ngenye imini like, nigga, are you working out? I'm like, nah, nigga. I'm like, stop lying, bro. Stop lying. You're putting in the work. I don't have equipment if it, but I make sure, but I do those workouts if it, like self-help. I meditate, dog, yabona. I listen to affirmations. Ibalekile lento. That's my routine. And I tell people go in and discover your routine as well, but it wouldn't hurt for you to learn how to meditate. And meditation doesn't mean uzohlala phansi uqimele and do all these kind of things. Maybe when it's sitting there being alone, that's meditation on its own. You sitting in nature, that's meditation. You hiking, doing all those kind of things. But find a way to reconnect with nature. Like walk on your feet, you grounding, because message there that you're telling yourself as well, Fetu, to say I really care about yourself. That's the only way, Fetu, that you can be able to love yourself is if you actually like take those shit seriously.
Yeah.
Like I can't compromise on that. Fetu, I'm human. There are days where I go by and I don't do that shit, but I didn't go back because I have to renegotiate with myself as well by exam on that shit, yeah, bro. But I love the fact that you mentioned the consistency. I wouldn't be here if I was not consistent, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even have the courage to actually start doing videos and go because this is the second season of my podcast that is on video right now. And I'm sure I born last season, but you were watching, dog, and I appreciate that because you could see by extent now this nigga is elevating, and that's the other thing I always like. I want to make Ulubabalo and Upongolwe to like aware of is like, my niggas, y'all are elevating. Like 3 years ago, nigga, we were unemployed motherfuckers. We didn't have what we have right now, bro. Yeah, bro. So as much as to see we are not happy about where we are. There's this song I love so much by Friday. If you Friday, the R&B artist signed under Dream Chasers, look, Amik Mill. There's this song, he says, I'm not where I wanna be, but I thank God that I'm not where I used to be. The name of the song is Blessings. You must go and search that song and listen to that shit. That's one of my pickup songs, bro. Yabo. Yan Kumbuza feel to buy Yabo, no matter how ungrateful you wanna be, but you're not where you used to be, nigga. Yabo. You're not where you used to be, and that's the most important thing. Is the competition is I'm doing better than Uthando last year. Because Uthando last year was not doing what he's doing right now. He wasn't elevating. He wasn't taking this shit seriously. He wasn't in good relationships as he is. He wasn't trying to heal himself by going to therapy. He wasn't seeing how important it is for him to be not just only a present father, but a present person for himself as well. I need to build a relationship with Uthando, bro. I need to fucking love this nigga, bro. So that when I walk into a room, I'm not driven by insecurity. I'm like, I hope these people like me. But instead, I'm driven by confidence. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if they like me as long as I love myself and I'm confident in who I am. I know, most importantly, Enye Indo, is that what I bring to the table is different.
Yeah.
As much as there may be someone out there doing what I'm doing the same way, but no one is going to do it like me. So we need to get out of that rut of trying to be like someone else and love to be ourselves, dog.
Yeah. On that one, bruh, like this week, I really got intimidated, bro. Like on that, like aspiring to be on another person's level, because I saw other guys entering the building, applying for the management position, and then I'm seeing this guy. This guy's stature sack is like too much. I'm like, bro, this guy has too much experience. This guy probably managed a full whole lot of flow of a team. And I was like, no, you know what? Why am I downgrading myself? Whereas I must elevate myself.
Sure,
My guy, why did I came here for? What did I came here for? I told myself I came here for this position, so I need to get it. So what's in front of me, it doesn't matter.
it's just noise, bro.
Yeah, it just noise because it will shout. But eventually you will rise above the noise.
Yes,
Because you will make the most noise. When they're making money, you making the most noise. When they're making a good progress in their life, you making the most noise. Because you gonna be praised or be acknowledged and be honored for what you have done or accomplished as a team or as an individual.
Yeah, dog. You
Yeah.
also have a part that you need to play as well in your own life. And Yazimna, I took this from Tyrese. I was watching one of his reels, Grenye podcast he was on. He's like, he is thankful to someone who is doing something better than him because he's making him see that it's actually possible for him. Like, I don't want to be in someone else's shoes. That's why it's human for you to be intimidated by those niggas, but it's also up to you as well to catch yourself again. Be like, yo, nigga, we here representing us, bro. Yeah, well, we here representing us. Now, I had a competition with one of my managers this week, bro, and he literally reminded me, yo, bro, I'm watching your podcast. Like, remember why you started your podcast. Remember why you're there for your kid. Remember why nangalamini fethu saqala ufika ungixelele fethu ubana you more than just an agent, you're going to be in management one day. Remember, and I didn't even know. He said, Kumbana, do you know, fethu, there are days where I got to work and I wasn't feeling it, and then I saw you smile, bro, and you made me smile and you made me want to be there. You need to go back to being that guy once again. Yeah, because I feel like you've been distracted as well. I'm like, this nigga has a point. I'm human as well because I'm despondent because now what I'm doing, I'm picking up the energies that are around me. Yabona, as that energies there's here and there's allow what is an influencer so that I don't become focused. I'm making silly mistakes and all those kind of things. And it's on me. That's why I need to, the same credit that you give yourself when you win, you must give yourself the same credit when you lose, nigga, because it's still your fault.